guys, so today Ken and I are going to be doing our next episode of OFN Talks.
I'm Ken.
I had told you guys last time that I did one with the kids that Ken and I were going to do the next one because he was complaining that he didn't get to be in an OFN Talks video yet. So I just got done talking to Ken and we decided that today's OFN Talks is going to kind of just touch on one subject, and that's going to be the subject of daily vlogging or couples vlogging or
couples therapy,
families vlogging. And the reason I thought of this topic was because one day last week, if you guys watch a lot of YouTube videos, you probably seen that Boyfriend versus Girlfriend, also known as Prank versus Prank, posted a video about, I don't know, what was the video called? Changes or?
I don't remember. Let me look it up.
I think it was called,
hold on.
Yeah, Changes.
Changes.
And it was kind of confusing to us because we both watched it, and I know them because I've been watching them for years. I don't watch all their videos, but anybody who makes YouTube videos knows who they are. Ken doesn't really watch YouTube, so he was a little...
That's not true.
No, I'm saying, well, you don't watch it like every single day like I do.
No, I'm not that loyal.
A New Chapter, that's what it's called, A New Chapter.
Yes, a new chapter.
It was like, he's moving to New York, she's staying in Philly. They might still make videos together, but I think they broke up.
They said challenges. Basically, they're taking a break. And in my opinion, I think they're trying to blame daily vlogging on the separation that they have.
The demise of their relationship.
Right, which in all honesty, I mean, okay, yeah, sure, but people's relationships can't be based on what they... What are you doing?
Was crying. She wanted up here.
I don't think people's relationships can be based on one particular topic. Maybe it is the root of their problem, but I think they're a young couple. I mean, Candi and I, we've worked together for almost 9 years on several different business ventures, and YouTube obviously being our newest venture. I think... I just said didn't I?
Yeah, they call you out.
I know they do. Anyways,
you say it
I'm
going to
try not to say as much.
It's fine.
I know. So anyways, I think they called out their daily vlogging in YouTube as being the problem in their relationship, which I think is probably deeper than that. I don't think you can blame YouTube or daily vlogging. I mean, there are other channels out there you all watch, the Shaytards, etc. They don't daily vlog anymore because their lives have changed. I mean, yeah. just like us. I mean, we were small at one time and we're daily vlogging. Who knows where we'll be in 4 years from now or 5 years from now with YouTube. Yeah, it's tough, but right now for us, it's fun. Would I ever blame YouTube for anything in our relationship? Not at our age. No. I mean, we've been together since 1999, which is a long time.
That's when we got married. It was in 99.
That's where I call the starting point, 1999.
Well, the dating part doesn't matter anymore.
No, because that was all right. So that was the rough part of our relationship. Yeah. We broke up 3 times while we were dating. So yeah, I'm gonna call it 1999. But we've been in business for many years together, and you know, we've had our ups and downs, our pros and cons, our crying moments, our fighting moments, our things are great moments, and that's just called being together in a relationship.
And the one thing I remember Ken always used to say when we worked together and I would like get defensive, maybe he would say, well, I want you to do this way, and I didn't want to do it that way. He would always say, like later on, come 8 o'clock at night, if I was still like quiet and didn't want to talk to you, it would be like, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, you know, whatever you said earlier. He's like, but that's work, and this is our marriage.
Right. I always called it keeping the separation between church and state.
Right.
When you're at work, you're at work. When you're at home, or when you're not at work, you're not at work. And that's the difficulty of being together all the time, working together on different business ventures, is most people go to a job every day, and at 5 o'clock the whistle blows, they wipe their brow clean, and I'm done with work. I go home and move on to the next part of my life. Now, that doesn't happen for everyone, and times have changed. I know there's doctors and people that still have to deal with their work in the evenings and extra time, but for the most part, I think the stress of life are parents that work all day and then they come home and deal with the kids' activities. And you know, 8 o'clock at night when the kids are in bed, their brains turn off and relax and do what have you, and they I don't think they have to think about the next day.
And with YouTube, at least for myself, I'm thinking about it all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's because, you know, I think we both have some OCD in life.
I call it passion.
She calls it passion. I call it obsessive compulsive. We're the kind of people, when we say we're going to do something, we like to follow through. We say we're doing this, and this is what we do, and we stay on that straight line until it's complete. So,
like, I try to have my videos at least posted by noon every day. If I can have it by 10, I try to have it by 10. Like, I like to have a schedule, so a lot of times, I'll edit at night. Sometimes I do wait and edit in the morning, like if we have date night or if The Bachelorette's on TV.
But I think from your schedule, and this is usually what I'm telling people, you know, Candy's working harder now than I am, but I've always been the harder worker, and we've switched roles a little bit, I guess.
I don't think of it as work.
No, but that's the positive. This is a passion for you, and you enjoy doing it. But I mean, I think in the morning you're uploading your video and planning for what the kids are going to do when they get home. You know, we try not to spend too much of the kids' time because we still want them to be kids, and we try to keep this fun. And what YouTube's done for us is to really draw us together as a family and to do things that you guys watch on a regular basis, saying, "Oh, I wish my family did that." It forces us to do these cool, fun things, and it's pulled us together, I guess, closer as a family. Because I mean, at times everyone's going in
especially because our kids are older. There's a lot of people on YouTube that just have smaller kids, so I feel like some of the channels I watch, I feel like they're just like living their lives, but they film what they do. Where I feel like for us, we almost have to be a little bit more structured, because if our kids came home from school and we didn't say, hey, well, we're gonna film a challenge today, or we're gonna do this today, before you know it, they're all off doing their own things, and it'd be 9 o'clock at night and our evening is over with. And you know, just because they're individuals, where the family channels with smaller children, they're you know what I mean. And
I think what's crazy too is you know, with us being older and having a little bit older kids than most of the family YouTube channels, is they think their lives are hard right now. And honestly, in my opinion, if you go back and watch a lot of our old videos,
we have like some throwback Thursdays.
I've been watching them.
We camcorded our kids from when they were little. So we share some of those old videos. We weren't vlogging back then. They were just home videos.
But it was so much easier. First of all, when they're babies is the easiest, and then when they're young, you can control the environment. As they get older, they get a little more difficult. They have their own minds. It just doesn't always click as easy as it did.
And you want them to like do good in school, and you're taking
do well in school. I'm a grammar police.
I like to say do good.
Okay, do good.
Whatever. Do well in school. I don't know, I take the stress of all that stuff on, like with Blake. I mean, he's 15 years old and he's that kid that needs to be pushed to study and all that stuff. Well, I'd trade him being back in diapers.
Oh, absolutely. He was a happy kid. Very easy kid to raise.
There's so much stuff. But anyways, I feel like we're getting off track a little bit.
So we're back to
the very begging. Why we even wanted to talk about this today.
Well, let's talk about why we started our YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go back to the very beginning. The only reason why I even felt compelled to even talk about this subject is because so many people admire their channel and what they've become. I mean, they do these like short films. They have this show on YouTube Red that's pretty successful as far as I know. I just don't want like young adults or even younger families that maybe have like YouTube channels and they're sitting there, maybe they're at their early stages of starting YouTube and they have like aspirations of like that being their career
and
someday.
They see this video and all of a sudden they get frustrated.
And they're like, oh my God, we don't want that to happen in our relationship. Like, we need to rethink what we're doing. And I just feel like I'd like to send the message that I don't think that that's the case for everyone.
No.
That
and you know what, we may change in 7 years. I think boyfriend girlfriend been
they said they were
7 years or something like that. And we may be different in those years, and we're relatively young. 2 years in let's call it hardcore YouTube, everyday vlogging. And it's been a great ride. And what will it be in 5 years? I don't know. But I would never blame my marital relationship on what we're doing today. I think we should hold ourselves accountable for who we become. And if our relationships become strenuous, then it's something that we need to work on. And I would never throw it back on our viewers as
right. Or if we had to cut back,
we just say, hey guys, we need to cut back. You know,
we need to do videos 3 days a week because it's just we need more time as a couple, or just away from the camera, or our kids are fed up with it, or whatever the case may be. I feel like we will grow. Right. As our family.
Well, I just think their problems are deeper than their YouTube channel. Is really what.
And I mean, that's so. I mean.
Yeah.
You know, we have problems. Everybody has problems, but we're not gonna make a video about. You know.
And that's the thing is not a lot of people can do what she and I've done. I mean, we're together every single day, 7 days a week. I mean, obviously she does her activities and I do mine, but we make it work. And I don't know if a lot of married couples could do what we do.
Yeah, a lot of when we started our business, well, Ken had a business for years, but then we started a company together 9 years ago when we worked together every day. Like we'd 9 to 5. The kids were at school, we worked together every day.
And then summertime she
yeah, I did like to take the
She took off and
I'd work like 2 hours a day or whatever.
So now I'm taking summers off.
But people used to say to us, oh my God, you guys are crazy. Like I could never work with my spouse. And again, there were definitely ups and downs. There were ups and downs financially. There were ups and downs in our relationship.
Oh yeah, we had lots of heart-to-hearts.
But we never were like, even if we were in a bad time, we would never like, oh my God, our business ruined us. Like it
well,
was
I think it's funny how even in our current situation, you know, we do work really hard. I mean, even on my business, I'm still late at night texting. I mean, it's all the time. But I'm almost like you. I don't really view it as work. I view it as just part of who I am and what I need to do as a person. And I'm viewed by a lot of people that I know personally as I sit at home all day and people just send us checks.
Because you get to work in your shorts and t-shirt, they think you're not working
That means we don't work. And I have some really good friends that know better. They're like, actually, they believe that we work harder probably than they do. Because our phones never stop, and it's very difficult for us to walk away from the stuff that we have going on in our life.
Like what was the other night? We had date night. We were driving or whatever, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Working," because I was sharing our video on Instagram. Like, it sounds corny, but that's part of what we do.
And does that bother me? No, it doesn't bother me because I'm getting.
It's not like it's nonstop.
Right. I'm getting on my phone, texting doctors at dinner, you know. It's just who we are. But I mean, even to go back from the beginning of why we started doing YouTube, though, I always tell this story. I'll call it my elevator story, and the reason I call it elevator story is
because it's boring.
Well, no,
when somebody says it's an elevator story, it makes me think of it's boring.
Who's that one guy? Robbins. He's the motivational speaker guy. I went to one of his seminars with a bunch of them. Tony Robbins.
Robbins?
Is it Robbins?
No.
Yes, it is. Hold on.
Tony something.
Well, I'm going to look it up.
He's a motivational speaker.
Motivational.
I think I follow him on Facebook.
Tony, do you really?
I think so.
Tony Robbins. Let's put it in. Yeah, Tony Robbins.
It is Robbins. Okay.
Tony Robbins. And with a bunch of other salespeople. And what happened is he talked about, usually when you're meeting people in business, you have an elevator ride. That's why we call it the elevator story. And the elevator ride is from the first level to, say, you're going to the 5th level. And that's about how much time you have to tell somebody about who you are. That's why I call it your elevator story, because you're trying to make a very quick impression and tell the story as quick as possible.
So here, let's look at the clock. It's gonna. All right, ready?
Hold on.
No, you get 1 minute.
It's not gonna be adequate enough.
1 minute.
All right, so here's what happened. I worked for an engineering firm. I quit my business. I quit the engineering firm. Katie and I started a business together. No money, basically. We started it from scratch. We grew it after 8 years, ups and downs. There were times that were fabulous when we were making lots of money, and times where we're like, oh my gosh, how are we going to put food?
Go get a job.
Yeah, how are we going to put food on the table? So those stresses, I think, are trade-offs for owning your own business and working together. Well, funny enough is Karli being in dance. Dance is expensive for all you moms out there watching. And Candi used to blog when I worked at the engineering firm.
Since I was pregnant with Chase. Yep. So I've had ourfamilynest.com blog since 2002.
Right. So she would blog, and then she'd watch all these other family channels, and I kept saying, Ken, you need to do this, you need to do this.
And I was like,
no, I'm a little I'm nervous.
Because I was shy.
She was shy, very introverted. So it was funny, I was joking one day, I'm like, man, this dance is costing us a lot of money. You need to get a second job. So she was walking around the neighborhood with one of her friends and decided, in October, I'm going to start vlogging.
Well, no, that was in June.
In June?
2 years. It was almost exactly 2 years ago. I was like, why don't I just start posting videos? And do you remember what the first videos were that I did?
Was it the Harlem Shake?
No, they were like, well, we kind of did a little...
Or was it Chase that you did on the Throwback Thursday where he's like, we're going to creak, creak, and he kept stuttering?
No, no, you'll remember now. When I did the weight loss stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I was trying to use YouTube because I used to watch a lot of people on YouTube. Well, back even when Shay Carl did his whole weight loss thing, and I was inspired by that. And remember, I'd sit in front of the camera and talk about my weight loss story. And when I was trying to do...
P90X, wasn't it?
No, not P90X.
It's down there in the...
Insanity.
Insanity, that's right.
And I was trying to do Insanity, so I made a little series about that. And I mean,
Can Fat People Do Insanity, I think is what it was called.
They got like 300 views a piece or something like that. It was nothing serious, but I loved making the videos and learning how to edit and all that corny stuff. And then I was like, oh, well, I watched iJustine, and they used to do this like vlog every day in August or whatever.
But when did we do the Harlem
Well, that
Shake?
was that summer. Okay, so back to what he was saying. So that summer, I started making probably what, like 2 or 3 videos a week.
Was it that many?
And we did like things that other people did, like Harlem Shake.
The Harlem Shake got on Good Morning America for 3 seconds. My mother-in-law called, you guys
just on TV.
So we recorded it and that whole blah, blah, blah.
But like, daughter does my makeup, and then we did Being Boozled challenge and whatever. So then I was like, well, what... It was so slow going. I think we had like 4,000 subscribers over that summer.
Right.
Come October 1st of 2014, I was like, I'm just going to commit. The kids were, you know, back in school or whatever for the year. I was like, I'm going to make a video every day, at least to the end of the year, I think we said, just to see what happens.
Right.
And by January, we had 25,000 subscribers, which I thought was... the bomb.
The cat's grass, as I call it.
Isn't it supposed to be cat's meow or something?
I don't know.
Anyways.
So then we hit 100,000 in June of 15, right? And obviously now we're at 500,000.
And I think the New Year's the following year we were at
But I think even more
this year.
More crazy is how we've evolved, I guess, as people. I mean, gosh, Karli being Karli. I mean, just go back. You have to go back and watch some of the old videos. Just type in. Can you type in our family? That's Throwback Thursday.
Watch Karli's what I got for Christmas video of 2014 is a perfect example. She was so nervous.
Right.
She kept sticking her tongue out.
Right.
The coloring of the video is downright horrible.
Right.
She looks pink.
Yep.
Gosh.
But I mean, just how much she's grown into.
Loving.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, we need a video. She'll grab the camera and say, all right, let me, and she'll just go shoot it.
But I think
it's a way for her to almost vent and express herself that maybe she doesn't get to.
But I remember the early days too, for those of you guys who maybe are starting out new with a channel, especially if you have kids. Because do you remember when we used to, no, Karli, say it over. That's not right. You need to say, what I got for Christmas 2016. And she, like, I would try to tell her almost like.
You did make her feedback.
No, start it over.
Yeah, we did a lot of feedback. And now
it's like.
Yeah, now she handles.
So just don't do that. It is what it is.
Yeah. We just want you guys to stay motivated for new YouTubers out there. Keep working at it. We're not guaranteeing success. We've actually been very lucky. We know there's a lot of channels out there that are been doing this way longer than we have, that maybe don't have the counts that we have, but everybody gets a break. There's some channels out there that are getting breaks right now, and we're a little bit jealous, to be quite honest.
Yep.
And everyone's going to get their time, and as long as you keep working at it, we're going to get more jumps again too, hopefully soon. And you guys, we have 500,000 subscribers, but not all 500,000 of you guys are watching our videos every day.
Right. Which is typical.
Which is okay. Yeah. But we want you to keep watching and come back. I think we have some friends that watch our channel too, that watch other channels, and they're like, you guys are real. You don't put on any shows. There's no acting going on. And trust me, I think I'm a terrible actor anyways. I can talk, and be expressful. And I don't think I said too many times in this video yet.
Not too bad.
No, I'm teasing. But I think that's kind of our advice for today is, you know, stay true to who you are, keep working at it, don't get frustrated, don't blame your problems on what you do for a living, or, I mean, you might be able to.
But whatever you're doing, whether it be you could have a job, you could work at a bank and have that job be so stressful that it ruins your relationship.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, again, the message we are just trying to send is, don't think that if you commit to daily videos or you commit to YouTube or you have a goal of making it your career, that it could ruin your relationship.
Well, I think one more important thing that they said is they took it from being fun in the beginning to turning it into a job. And we reassure ourselves all the time that once this becomes a job for us, then maybe it's just time to slow down or what have you. But I don't think I would blame it on YouTube or anything like that. I think you adjust in life according to what's thrown at you. And the thing is for all you young kids watching too, there are hundreds and hundreds of curveballs that come at you, and quite honestly, the easy ones are not too many. Life's more difficult than it is easy. And as you grow up and get older, you're going to realize that you just have to stay on track, stay on pace, avoid the curveballs, and do
set goals, but grow with your goals.
Exactly. Because the easy things are not so easy anymore, and the positives aren't quite as frequent as the negatives are. So just be ready to brush the shoulder off and move on and pick yourself up and keep moving forward. So that's kind of the advice we want to give you for this video.
And we're not being negative towards anybody who has an opinion otherwise. This is just literally our opinion, our story, what has worked for us.
Yeah, we're not picking on the other channel. Obviously, they're making their decisions based on what they want.
And we wish them luck too.
I'll bet you anything they'll be back. They'll take their break.
Take a breather,
Take a breather and come back. And that's probably how they should have presented it. You know what? We're going to take a breather and we'll let you know from there. But I mean,
but think about like when you're in like a turning point of your relationship, you even just like when you're arguing with each other and you say things that later you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Like,
24-hour rule, right? Give yourself, anytime there's a situation where you might speak out of turn, give yourself 24 hours and then come back and revisit it.
We do that.
We do it in business all the time now. I'll get fired up when I hear something. I'm like, all right, I'll just
walk away.
Or there are days at work, and I know not everyone can't do this, but there are days at work when I start working in the morning and it's like 3 bad things. I'll literally say, you know what?
That's it.
I'm done for the day. When days are good, basically those are the days that I'll work 13 hours and really make things happen. So that's the flexibility we get with doing YouTube and you know, my business that I'm running now. And hopefully someday soon, as we continue to grow, I'll probably be doing YouTube full time. And I know you haters who hate Ken because I didn't give Karli the cat and I picked on the dance club. I'm in big trouble now. So you'll eventually, hopefully someday, like me.
So if you guys have any other questions for us, things that maybe we didn't talk about in terms of like our YouTube story, I guess you could call it, let us know in the comments below. And who knows, maybe the next time we do like a live stream, or maybe we'll just have a part 2 to this video if we get that many questions, because I feel like
if you guys like this, we'll do it again, or we'll do a live stream, or maybe an adult show. If some of you kids don't like this too, we'll do an adult live stream or something.
Sure.
Because I got lots to say.
Yeah.
Trust me, I can talk politics, religion, all those things.
You know that's such a lie. Those are the 2 things we say we're never going to talk about.
I'm teasing because they're so controversial.
We won't talk about
so controversial. So, but I do have an opinion on them if anyone ever wants to know.
No.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please thumbs up this video.
Make sure you're subscribed to our channel.
Yep. And subscribe to Karli and Andrew, which I'm sure you've seen all that stuff. But leave that comment below if you want to see us again, or if you want to see me again.
And if you guys are new to our channel and you actually stuck with this 20-minute video here at the end, we're a YouTube family of 6 living here in Michigan, and we make videos every day.
And we vlog. We don't vlog every day, but we
post a video every day.
Yep. Sometimes 2.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.